now only focus on the game against Anders.
I know how good I am and my standards are extremely high.
I have to study him, but I think that I can beat him and everyone in this tournament.
Even my first game against Sam, I think many on paper would say that it's a free win, but he's extremely good, and I think if I lose to him, he might go and win the tournament.
I know that he's one of the GOAT, but I think that it will be a good match. We are two youngest players, so we will see.
I know that if I play well, I'm going to win the tournament.
Yeah, I know that I'm a good player, and now I will show it to you.
Always back myself in those games where I really need to go out and win. We always, find a way to somehow get through.
Everyone expected me he's okay, but after the first day, everyone see I'm very good at this point at the game.
It really doesn't affect me who I'm playing. I don't actually really care. Obviously, massive respect for him being the champion, but yeah, it doesn't really affect me.
First round is against Marley. He's a very, very good player, but I think when I play my best, I win every game.
I think just show my level and then see what happens.
So I don't care if I won the eChampions League trophy last year, so I will win it this year, and hopefully I will win this. So yeah, I don't feel pressure about this thing, but yeah, I'm very happy to go through to the top 8, and yeah, I'm very happy.
This is it.
No second chances.
No second legs.
Straight knockout football.
This is the eChampions League quarterfinal.
Munich.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Anders Vejrgang is in town. He's going to be taking on Samugamer, in which plans to be absolute box office. Behind them, Jonny, your reigning defending ECL champion, takes on Brighton and Hove Albion's Marley. It's the second set of quarterfinals coming to you live from Munich. Richard Buckley alongside Shells in the commentary position. Shells, this plans to be an absolute barn burner. I'm going to pull it out, barn burner of quarter-final matchups.
We got two bang-ups for a game. I don't know who to watch. I don't know where to watch. We got Samu versus Anders, one of my two favorite matchups of the whole tournament. But we got Jonny, the man of the dark arts. If you don't know, get ready for them through balls. But Marley, the only UK player left. You got to see who wins.
If you don't know, get to know. Samugamer was in town. He was outstanding. He was in the league phase better than Anders Vejrgang. Anders won 4 and lost 2, but he has won everything there is to win over the last 12 months. A World Championship, an FC Pro Open title. The eChampions League is the thing that's missing from his resume. On the other side of the stage, Samugamer representing FC Torino. He won the E-Serie A in his debut this year, beating Danny Pitbull in the final. He was unbelievable during that league phase. 15 points, went into the knockouts, and then picks up a big win against RBP. The champs in town though, Chelsea.
The champs in town, and I honestly don't think I talk about him enough, and it feels wrong not to. He won it last year, and I think being a sleeper, everyone's talking about Anders, Alia, Nico, not many people mention Jonny, but the through balls are the key to success, and it's going to be a tough job for Mark to defend against.
And the underdog of this round, Marley. It feels like he's been the underdog his entire career.
It's literally.
He always seems to perform when it matters most. He was negative in the groups. He got more losses than wins, but those 2 games, him beating LJR Peixoto felt like a big turning point.
I mean, it doesn't matter how you get it. Just you're in this situation now. I'm pretty sure Mark is not taking his record into consideration. I think the confidence is there for him, and when it's your time to win, it's your time to win. And hopefully for Mark, it could be his time.
Well, we know who's in the semi-finals, who's going to be waiting. It's Emre Yilmaz against Nicholas. But we've got to find out who is going to be rounding out that top 4. Anders Vejrgang.
My prediction started off well, though. Not for you, though, Buckley.
Yeah, well, we can get to that later. We can get to that later. This feels like it could have been the final. Anders and Samu.
I do think that these two match up right here. Samu, for me, I was so impressed watching him in the league phase. He had it all. And that raw ability from a 16, 17-year-old, you have the confidence. You don't really think about other things. But Anders, wow, his defending in his last match up was the best.
I went back in the history books. I found a game, 2023, online cup. These two played against each other.
What score?
Anders won 4-1. It's a long time ago.
Things
Does that play any factor? Is that in the back of the mind somewhere?
I think it'll be in the back of Anders' one. I think as a competitor, once you beat someone, you kind of remember that. But times have gone, you know. Samugamer, wow, he's leveled up from back then.
On the other side of it, Jonny and Marley. Will the reigning champ make it 3 out of the 4 semi-finalists who have already won this tournament before? We're about to find out if he can defend his title and continue his reign here at the eChampions League finals. Jonny kicking from left to right in that VFL Boku strip, and from right to left, all in orange, will be Brighton's Marley. Let us know in the chat, who do you want to win these games? Who are you supporting? Who do you think is going to go all the way here in Munich? Early chance, but Yashin claims well.
I was a bit worried there for Mark, not gonna lie. A little early kickoff goal could set him back, but Marley stops the kickoff, so it'll be interesting to see how this game plays out. Jonny with a lot of through balls, a lot of runners in behind. He's so hard to defend against. But Marley, once again, he's always been an underdog in these competitions, but he's always here.
Do you think that suits him?
Nah, I think it would start annoying you after a while. But then again, being the underdog is always kind of the nice thing in a way, because if
were you in that situation when you were...
Sometimes.
You're still out of competition, you start competing.
Yeah, I mean, there's been sometimes when I'm the favourite in the tournament, in the game, I kind of play a bit more nervous, because if I go 1-0 down, I'm like, oh no, I should be winning here. So it kind of works both ways.
We're underway. There was 19 goals in the opening 2 matches. I've got a feeling these are going to be more tightly contested games.
I mean, yes, early on we saw a couple goals flying in the rounds before, but 0-0 so far. I think both players just trying to get a feel, see what they can see. But Marley with a player lock into Janola.
Yeah, Mark's early chance here. David Janola strikes across goal. It's going to rebound nicely. He's onside. Marley takes the lead in the opening 8 minutes.
I mean, fortunate green time finish to get the rebound, and that's all you can ask from Marley. A good, strong start.
See this goal back here, Shells.
The technical dribbling gives him a little pace advantage, and I think Janola, someone you don't really see this season on Pro Open.
He's a bit of an outside pick, isn't he?
Yeah, you don't really see him much this year, but with the technical dribbling there, shows why he's in the team.
We will be going live here with Anders Vejrgang and Samugamer. Don't worry, you've not missed a kick yet. 10 minutes into this matchup, but this could be the early chance for Anders. It's the L1 heel to heel. Just took it a little bit wide.
Yeah, I expected a little bit more better from Anders, but that's the level he sets. You always expect him to score those type of chances, but it just shows that we're all human.
Samugamer with Zico coming forward. Lovely pass into the feet of Kaká, and now Lorente will pick it up out wide, but Anders aggressive as ever with his defensive style. And it didn't take Jonny long to answer back here to Marley. Player look, faked onto the edge of the box, into Kaká, and a finish at the near post. Kaká right to the bottom right corner, Anders with another chance, but Samugamer defends well, and you can hear the crowd letting their voices be heard there for Jonny getting back into the game. Bit of a hometown hero here in Germany.
I don't know, well, Mark, would we be feeling the pressure from the German fans? And I would. If I hear the crowd getting loud, I'll be getting a little bit nervous. I'll be a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie to you.
15 minutes gone in this game, goalless still. Top 4 is what's on the line here.
Obviously, we always talk about Anders and his attacking, but last game, his defending was incredible. But Marley, looking like he's gonna make it to Salah with a finesse. Another save, rebound goal. Fortunate enough to pick the ball back up in the box, but...
Are you upset with that, Jonny?
Yeah, but we'll take whatever you can get from Marley, 2-1. But it's still a lot more goals to come, I think.
Samugamer, first chance of the game, shoots at the near post. Buffon equal to it as Anders has a little comment to his coach.
Like I said, with the way how Samugamer was playing, I think he plays FC25 the right way. 4-2-1-3, but the way how he uses the striker, what I like to call the quarterback, he uses it so well.
The next time Samugamer gets the ball, I want you to just talk me through what we're actually seeing from him when you talk about sort of that quarterback-esque role where he's constantly triggering runs, trying to force players in behind.
You'll kind of use Kaká as like the playmaker with incisive pass and long ball. He will kind of.
So is he already looking at Kaká now?
The cam and the striker is his 2 guys that he'll say look at, but he will always trigger the fullback and his wingers to get the space down the line.
Because you see Zico quite deep there. He's dropped right in.
That's because I had a little look at his tactics as well. He's playing with playmaker on build-up, and if you look at playmaker on build-up, they come a lot more to feet, and defensively they help out quite a lot.
Well, typically that would be what, a shadow striker in that system?
Shadow striker or playmaker on balance.
Okay.
with a first-time long ball.
And that's what he can offer you. David Ginola out wide. Whips it into the back post. Kaká takes a touch, slots it in the near post. Samugamer, 23 minutes in, first blood to the Italian.
What can I say? The dark arts, I'm going to say it all the time, it's something I love to see. But he does it so well, his decision making. And once again, he uses all the tools to advantage. He player locks, first time L1 triangle to Jonny on the left-hand side. He's triggered Kaká and he's crossed it. Something we don't really see much in FC 25.
You hear Anders there as Marley is defying the odds. He adds a third against Jonny. And the Scot come a long way.
Sometimes being the underdog is the better thing.
Absolutely.
I think, once again, a bit fortunate to get the ball and keep it with Jonny, but Jonny's proven his worth right now.
Anders Vejrgang coming forward. Henry, edge of the box. There's a strike. Buffon just deflects it away from danger. You can already see the players.
Llorente is making his run off the pitch.
Yeah, making their
like
way
he's
forward.
warming up.
He is accepting the press though from Anders, which could, if he gets the passes right, lead him to success. But that's good defensive tracking there from Vejrgang. And the game just breaking down a little bit in the middle of the pitch at the moment. Henry, couple of step overs coming out from Anders. Looks for a double tap through ball into the space.
See, that's for me where I might have went with Harry Kane or Kaká as my striker, just because I like a striker that can pass, and having incisive and Tiki, it's just a game changer for me. But you know, Henry, he's there for one thing, and that's to put the ball in the back of the net.
Samu wins it back high. Ababo in a dangerous position, forcing Anders to engage with him. Zico and Matuidi linking up nicely on the edge of the box. Once again, the player lock into the driven pass. But the offensive Ababo there can't shake off Anders' pressure defensively, and Vejrgang just going to walk the ball forward, a little bit of technical dribbling and left stick, and try to carve open this Italian defence. Henry, that's good dribbling, but couldn't quite get the acceleration away.
Yeah, Anders, his decision making on the ball, it is honestly incredible to watch. It feels like he always has the ball at his feet and he can make a decision whenever he wants to. You think he's watching the line, he's going to do the other thing. But defensively, he's been looking okay so far, and something we don't really talk about is his defensive presence. And I think if he can defend well, Anders will be the man to beat.
Absolutely. However, Samugamer is no slouch.
He isn't.
And just that first goal, I think, would have just settled him. Big stage, big feeling, huge opponent. As Anders looks to equalise. Henry at the near post. Predicted it.
It was great composure once again, but I thought in the finish, he rushed it from Anders, something we don't really see, but...
Surprised not a finesse there?
Yeah, I think he could have took his time a little bit more, but he's making the chances, and for Anders, that's all he wants. I think he knows he has enough time to come back into this game.
I can see a lot of support for both Anders and Samu in the chat.
It's getting more end-to-end. I think it's going to get a bit exciting. Both of them starting to get frustrated. Both of them trying to figure out what they like to do defensively.
Does that suit Samu, though, with how he's playing in behind?
I think it would suit Samu more, because the way how he plays 4-2-1-3, you want to be able to get them on the counter. And Anders starts getting a bit aggressive.
Good with space.
It could cause problems, because Samu's game, his decision-making is honestly really good.
5 minutes to go before half-time.
What do you think about the choice of using Matuidi as Hullit's replacement? I'm not really the biggest fan.
Given the restrictions, though, there's not loads of options. I think we saw Kimmich earlier on when we were looking at Emre's team, and I'm not sold by it, I'll be honest. I don't think there is a quote-unquote replacement to go straight in there.
I agree.
Kaká, edge of the box here for Samugamer. A couple of minutes to go before half-time, and he'll be looking to double his lead in what is a real tightly contested matchup between two of the pre-tournament favourites coming into Munich. Only one of them will be going into the semi-finals, as Jonny and Marley are engaging in a fantastic game. That's a low driven across the goalkeeper, in off the post, as Jonny gets one back, 3-2. Well, we're not seeing the end of the replay yet, which makes you think Marley has come down the other end and re-established that 2-goal lead.
I mean, yeah, another bounce back to Henry.
Mark's way.
When it's your time to win, it's your time to win. He will not be complaining at all. Mark getting a 2-goal lead back again. But Jonny, he's still lingering around, but he might be starting to get a bit frustrated.
Here is Jonny. Couple of minutes to go before half-time. Inside the box, just drove and drove.
But if you saw what he done, he play locked inside, cancelled it to get the space, allowing him to get the shot off with Z Roberto. That gets him one, but this is going to go down to the wire between these two.
Let's see this goal again then. Hold on. It's for the replay. It's Marley trying to play out of the
back. He's not losing it here, is he?
We'll be watching live there. First time over the top through ball. Henry with a touch. Henry
what a goal.
5-3.
What a goal. What a goal. And it's dark. I told you with the first time through balls, I think it's the most effective way of playing FC. And Mark, he's playing well.
He certainly is. Janola with the pass. What a touch that is, by the way, from Henry.
And that's
pushing it into his stride. And it only took Anders 2 minutes after the restart from half-time to find his way back into the game. Mbappe at the back post. Vejrgang's back in it.
He's back in it, and we'll see if Samugamer can get back in and seeing if he can hold on. He managed to survive a whole half 1-0 up against Anders, but I don't think either of them has been playing bad. I think they're both in the game. It's a little more tight over there than it is with Jonny and Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. Samugamer, lovely player lock into Janola. There's Kaka, fakes it into a Barbo. Really good defending though from Anders. He stood strong.
Once again, I think with Anders, I used to think of his defending the way how he attacks, just running at you, but he's been a lot more composed than I usually see. Stepping at the right time, trying to not be too passive when defending, but another first time through ball into Jarzinho.
Yeah, could be a chance here. Jarzinho with the Trivela.
There it is.
6 minutes, Anders Vejrgang. He's in front.
Like I said, on the ball, I feel like he is just too composed. But as you can see, he triggered the run with Jarzinho and using Henry as the bait. Timed the pass through, and wow, the ball roll into the green. And Anders is now winning 2-1.
I think he loves it in front of the live audience, does he, Anders?
Yeah, surely this is... I wouldn't want to play Anders if this was
prime time.
This is prime time.
Samugamer, he's not trailed a lot in this tournament. When you look through, he was 5-0 before losing his last group game, which put him second in the table to Levy, then picked up a 5-2 win to qualify into the finals in Munich, beating RVP of Romania. He's going to be onside, Kaká, not quite. As for Anders, he beat Young 6-3 in that grudge match before taking out D. Fernandez 4-1. He's not had it his own way at all, Anders. But he's won when it mattered. And will it be another win for the Dane? See what's coming up there. What a game that is. Emre Yilmaz versus Nicholas.
Look at the
Anders,
patience.
step overs. Mbappe! Not quite green.
Yeah, but that whole build-up, the patience from Anders, it was incredible. But I guess that's the downside of having Mbappe on the left wing. Yeah, he's got one of the fastest speed boosts in the game and goal finesse, but his left foot is not as strong as the others.
It's not there, is it? That's Henry. Expecting a goal?
Literally. With Henry, you'll be able to be a bit more composed as well. I think when you know you've got a weaker foot player, you're trying to rush the shot just to get the shot off, but Henry is the guy you want in those situations.
Samugamer, could be a chance here. Barbo waiting, holding. We've not seen a lot of goals in this game. 2-1 between Anders and Samu. However, there's been goals galore between Jonny and Mark Marley, as Mark Marley adds a 6th, and he's on his way to knock out the reigning defending champion.
I mean, it doesn't matter how you get here. You know, he lost more than he did in the league phases. Some of the fortunate goals, but
he finished 22nd.
He's punishing Jonny.
22nd in the league phase. Don't matter.
We've seen bigger things happen in both real sport and in esports, you know, so Mark is messing up my prediction at the moment, but I am happy to see him win at the same time.
There's a world in which I might be 0-4 after the first 4 predictions. So a comment in the chat saying Marley is him. Certainly is right now.
I'm just coming over to Marley versus Jonny now. I mean, Jonny looking like the previous champion might be going out against the underdog mark. Oh, the goal finesse.
Lovely finesse shot. Marley adds a 7th. Whipped in from the corner. 7-3. This is emphatic.
And there's a corner goal. You know, if you can score from corners, you just feel even better. Marley will be smiling after that, but the job's not finished. But he's definitely having the confidence to see it through.
(7-3). I don't think anyone had this prediction going this one-sided. Even Adam Ryan, who's flown over here to support his good friend. You'd have thought a win was coming Mark's way, but maybe not by this margin.
Yeah, but it's 9-minute halves. Let's not count the champion, the previous champion, out. Jonny, I mean, goals can come out so quickly in this game. I know the scoreline isn't pretty, but it's still a lot of time to come back.
Let's jump on board here. 15 minutes left to play between Anders Vejrgang and Samugamer. Feels the next goal in this match is going to be huge for the complexion of the rest of this tournament.
I definitely think there will be one more. I think Samu's been a bit reserved this game. I don't think he's really shown his true ability.
Nerves?
I think not nerves, but you got to think you're playing a player like Anders. You're so scared of what he can do going forward. You don't really want to waste chances, which I think with Samu, what he was doing, he was being a lot more free in the previous round, but there's still time for him to score.
Well, what is it that he's doing differently, Shells, as we just see this goal coming in there? Good chance.
I just don't think he's maybe sent enough through balls, getting enough players in behind. I think the thing about first-time through balls, yes, they're so effective, but you can waste a possession, and at this level, you don't want to give Anders too many opportunities.
Is that what it is? Is he almost scared of giving Anders the ball over and over again?
Yeah, I think that's honestly what it is. And Anders, his decision-making is so good. It's just whether if he's going to time it green or not, or make the final decision right. And I think...
Here is Samugamer. Again, it's not quite there.
He needed to go alone there with a barber. I think he's getting himself in great situations, but it feels like he's trying to pass himself into a goal. Something I need to stop doing as well. I feel like I never shoot.
As we go into this last 10 minutes, there's been a lot of chat, especially in the Twitch chat right now, about the winners SBC. We've revealed 2 of the icons so far. I'll give you one more. This is a striker. He scored one of the most famous Champions League goals of all time in the semi-final against Barcelona.
I already know who that is.
And his team then went on to win in Munich in the final.
What a day that was.
If someone wins, they've got the choice to pick between Socrates, Andre Pirlo, and Fernando Torres. He is in the running. 3 more icons will be picked from, and we'll reveal those throughout the show.
That just brought back a core memory for me, man. As a Chelsea fan, that was one of the best. I don't know. That Champions League run was definitely one of our best the best in our history.
Final few moments here. Samugamer looking to play that first time through ball, but cut out by Anders. And again, he will send Jairzinho high and wide, forcing Samu to engage inside the box. Is there a cut back there? It's going to bounce nicely for Anders. 3-1. Anders Vejrgang leads.
Bit fortunate once again, but Anders showing his class. I think this is a great performance that we've seen from Anders. He's done very well to shut down a player like Samugamer, but 3-1, and that seals the deal, and we'll be seeing him into the semi-finals.
might have been fortunate, the bounce there up off with Laurent Blanc, but it doesn't matter for him. And Samugamer had such a good group league phase, had such a good knockout phase, but couldn't quite get it done in the finals. As Jonny gets one back, and that game's far from over. And that's where we're going to turn our attention right now with Marley with a 3-goal lead and 15 minutes left to play. However, Jonny is in the hunt right now.
And we saw his teammate in the previous rounds, Jaden, you know, losing to Ilian after having a 3-goal lead. I wouldn't say the same thing's going to happen here, but it could be playing in the back of his mind.
Chance for Mark. At times, just on the edge. Mark wins it back though. Oh, a lovely trajectory, and that low-driven finish at the near post. Mark Marley has come to play in Munich.
The cheeky finish from Salah. The lack of care to beat his man. I'm not going to lie with Salah. I thought it was going to be a finesse to the other side. He would have got me as well, but Mark Marley, 8-4 against the previous champs. I want to say two-time. I don't think Jonny's going to have the chance to do it here. But wow, what a performance from Mark.
That might be one of the best goals I've seen today. Just the composure inside the box. As we round out the final few moments here between Anders Vejrgang and Samugamer. If you didn't watch the game and you just see the scoreline, you're going to see a convincing Anders win. But it was far from that for moments of this game. 60-65 minutes. It was really, really close.
Yeah, it was very, very close, but I think what you got to take from this Anders performance, he done very well defensively. Samugamer is one of the best attacking players in FC. And the fact that he's only held him to 1 goal, scary, scary time.
It's going to be Emre Yilmaz versus Nicholas.
You know what he said, Buckley?
Not a clue. And as it stands right now, Anders Vejrgang taking on Mark Marley. As Anders picks up another win in a major competition. 4-1 victory for the man representing RB Leipzig. He's won everything there is to win over the last 12 months. This one tournament has escaped him. Could it be an eChampions League win for Anders? He's one step closer, Shells.
It's one step closer, but I think, like with my prediction, I think the champ's already been decided. If he's playing like that, it will be tough for anyone to beat Anders, but he has booked himself into the semi-finals.
Speaking of champions, what a moment this is. Jonny came in so confident. The reigning defending ECL champion. He's not only lost to the hands of Mark Marley, he's been humbled by the Scot. Brighton will be there at the top 4. Nobody had this down.
And that's why the underdog, sometimes you've got to believe in him. I think Jonny himself didn't expect this game to go like this either, to be honest. But Mark, he's a fighter. He always tries his best. He never gets the credits he really deserves. And maybe this is his tournament to really put himself on the map.
He's been a player on the periphery for a long, long time, has Mark Marley. E-Premier League finals for a couple of years running. 3-time EPL finalist. He's not been able to get his hands on some silverware. He was very good this year online in the Cups. He was playing well, but couldn't quite get over the line again in another EPL final. Could the eChampions League be Mark Marley's tournament, as he's going to put an exclamation mark on this result? Hits it off the post. 8-4 victory against Jonny. There'll be no 2-time champ for the German this year. What a win from Mark Marley.
What a win indeed. And I think that win right there will give him the confidence he needs to know that he can actually go and win this whole thing. I'm a bit surprised myself to see Jonny out though.
Commiserations to Jonny. But it's Mark Marley's moment here in Munich. He makes it to a top 4. He takes on Anders Vejrgang in about an hour's time.